pleasure to be here with you today. My name is Jordan Eakers, and I am the Vice President of Product Marketing and Commercial Strategy. And today I have the opportunity to introduce you to the Achievers Pulse solution. When we think about Achievers Listen, you have feedback, which is your campaign-based feedback mechanism, more ad hoc surveys, and Achievers Pulse, which is the ability to evaluate the drivers of engagement of your workforce through scientifically designed questions that allow you to deliver surveys at a frequency of your choice, whether that's quarterly, semi-annual, or annual, to be able to anticipate and understand drivers of attrition risk across your organization. And if you think about that employee life cycle in your organization, we can now capture insights from the first day an individual joins the business through their onboarding experience, so we can drive down regrettable attrition over that 30, 60, 90 day, all the way to those semi-annual, annual, or quarterly pulse surveys, which allow you to evaluate the drivers of engagement. And so with that, I'm going to jump over and bring to life the pulse solution right integrated into our platform, as you can see with our news feed and the ability to push content directly to your workforce to accelerate the pace at which they complete surveys. This is an example of an individual who has received the fact that the pulse survey has now launched. So we can activate on that high usage to accelerate the pace at which people complete their survey. If I go down, I'll walk you through a few different workflows for how easy it is to set up as an admin. So I have the ability to go into a particular survey. I can understand the survey title, the description, and the thank you and customize that. I can very quickly understand the scientific drivers of engagement questions that have been provided from the Achievers Workforce Institute. I also have the ability to customize questions based on my own unique culture and the engagement that I want to evaluate. I can understand who that survey is going to, directly integrated with your HRIS data, and I can schedule when I want it to go out, the specific time, and when that survey ends. To bring to life that user experience, I can quickly go into preview, and this is where you see on top of the existing platform that we have, the ability to deliver the pulse survey. So the survey loads up, and you're now capturing both qualitative and quantitative data. So the expectations of me at work are reasonable. I agree, and I can provide that qualitative information. An individual goes through that flow, which is the opportunity for us to very seamlessly, in the flow of work, capture that critical information. The next step is for an individual as a manager to be able to access these insights, to be able to activate on change. So directly within the dashboard, you can see what the response rate is of your particular team, the engagement and the change over time. Depending on where I sit within the hierarchy, I can see my direct reports, the entire organization or my department, as well as the entire company, depending on if I sit at the highest level of that organization. As a manager, if I want to go more deeply into the data to understand exactly how my team's responding, I can look at all of the different drivers of engagement question. I can evaluate the distribution of responses, the specific score, the change over time, and the qualitative information that's been provided, categorized by sentiment. I also have the opportunity to filter between my direct reports and the entire organization. Further, I can go over to CSV export to export that data if I would like to ingest it into my BI tool, which can also be automated. If I want to understand where the specific challenges are within my particular organization, I can go into the comparison report, which pulls up all of the core questions, and I can very easily understand the key areas where I need to spend time as a manager, coaching either particular teams or particular insights so that we can optimize engagement and drive retention and productivity across the organization. And lastly, I have the opportunity to access all of the qualitative feedback that's been provided by the organization, categorized based on the particular question and drivers of engagement, as well as the insight that's provided. Because we have built all of our solutions off the Achievers Workforce Institute, we also provide managers seamless access to all of the insights that they need so that they can coach their teams to proactively improve engagement. So depending on how your organization responds to the particular questions, we provide resources, as an example, from the Achievers Workforce Institute to support people on very tailored action items to improve the driver of engagement question around expectations. So that is a very quick overview of the solution. We are excited to have the opportunity to share a further conversation with you to walk you through, and we hope you have a lovely rest of the day. Thank you.